Hi everyone, it's Ann Yorks from Flowerbox, and I am excited to be kicking off the Easter decorating season with a He is Risen cross. I'm really excited about this tutorial because we're using a fancy cross cookie cutter that I designed with Ann Clark cookie cutters, so you have to check that out. I was looking for inspiration for this cross, and I found a lot of hand-painted crosses on Pinterest that just were so cheerful and colorful, and I wanted to create those but on the cookie canvas. So join me as we take a look at making this beautiful Easter cross with the Scribble Roses stencil for a pop of pattern and color. Let's take a look. To get started, I want to create my airbrush colors. I want to make a pastel of each of these shades. So I put Pearl Shimmer in my paint palette, and now I'm mixing it with the yellow and the pink airbrush color. It's also fun to create new hues, so I'm mixing the yellow and the pink together to create a coral version of the colors as well. I'm gonna use my eyedropper and suck up the pastel color first and put it in my airbrush gun. Now I'm ready to jump onto the cookie. So I have my stencil genie and my Scribble Roses stencil already in place, and using light pressure on the trigger, I'm gonna move down the cookie and airbrush the pastel yellow onto the cookie. Now I'm ready to add a pop of the bold color. So this color hasn't been mixed with the Pearl Shimmer, and again, using light pressure on the trigger, I'm going to go back in and airbrush just the center of those flowers. So I didn't move the stencil is still in place, making it really easy to hit those centers. I think this just adds a pop of color and makes the flowers look a little bit more dimensional than just one color. Let's take a look. Ah, that looks great. I love how it looks like it has two different colors. Now I'm working light to dark on my cookies. So I started with yellow, I went to pink, and I'm gonna end with coral. This way, when you work light to dark, you don't have to clean out your airbrush gun in between each of the colors. I love those different shades, perfect for Easter. To clean up the edges of the cookie, I'm actually going to pipe a border to the edge of the cross. I think this just adds a nice finish. Oops, and if you get any icing pops like I just did, you can use your scribe or your boo-boo stick and just scrape away the mistake and tap your tip back in there and continue piping. Now, oftentimes when I'm piping text like this He is Risen text, I'll size my tip down to a tip number 1.5. This just makes the letters a little bit more detailed and delicate when I'm piping text. I didn't just wing this text. I actually planned it out ahead of time, what fonts I wanted to use and the spacing of the text. So because I'm only piping a few letters, I am going to do it freehand, but if you like using a projector, you can check out the link to the blog post, and there's a free download to the He is Risen graphic for you. Ultralight hand pressure is best when I'm piping text. And there you have it. It's a pretty easy cookie to pull together, but it's just beautiful and such a great way to start off the Easter season. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you're looking for more tips on creating these projects or looking for the cross or the stencil, you can find everything in a link down below in the status. Please post questions and comments and let me know how I can help. And I would love it if you recreated these cookies. So if you do, please tag me on social media. I'd love to see what you make. As always, happy decorating!